So, are you okay to be Demi Moore?
Am I what?
You're Demi Moore, yeah?
Okay.
Thank you.
My darling, I've hungered for your touch alone. Only time, the time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much for you. Still more.
That's beautiful, Pete.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I really can. I really can. How's your team, Pete?
I told you already.
Oh. But for the viewers, there's three of them.
My team is like a well-caressed ceramic pot.
Okay, can we cut the brothers?
Before we kiss?
Well, let's save the kiss for later.
I'm very happy despite being a ghost.
Okay, good. Right. Well, welcome everybody to the. Oh, sorry, it's 2 minutes later than everyone would have thought, but welcome to the FFUK pre-season video special. That was our Guess the Film intro. You may still be guessing, but yes, that was a Pete's idea. You'd never guess, but that was Pete's idea. That's beautiful, Pete, and what a way to start. Maybe really fitting of the moment.
Well, of course, it was a metaphor for the treatment I've been giving to my team for, something like 6 weeks now, caressing slowly like a potter at a potter's wheel, feeling someone behind me like a ghost, helping me along the way, and that's you.
You could feel me behind you.
Only metaphorically speaking.
Oh,
I couldn't actually feel you. That would be
No.
slightly worrying.
It would.
But yes, your influence is always there.
Oh, thank you very much. That's lovely. Well, we'll see that later on when we do the big reveal and we see your team. You'll see my influence maybe on your team and definitely on mine, I guess. But before that, we have some bits to chat about and announce. I think we've got some announcements actually, which is very exciting. We've got, I think there's just under 24 hours to go till the deadline at the time of recording. And we have 250 people nominally in the league. I do have to remove 5 of those because they've asked to be removed, and the new website, as flashy as it looks, you can't remove the players yet, so they're sorting that. And once they sort it, I will remove them, which is very exciting. But that real number there is 245. But an even more real number would probably be something like 225, because we always lose a few non-payers who were in the league last season. So at the moment, say we could still do with a few more. How many do we normally get on the last day, Pete?
Well, on the last day we usually get a good 20 or 30, but this is a Friday night finish, so I don't know. It would be good to, as long as we get over 200 in total, I'll be happy. Obviously, payment-wise, we are looking for people to pay straight away. We're not going to be chasing people for payments in 3 weeks' time. So
no, that's definitely we've tried to sort of simplify it this season, so everyone pays us, and everyone hopefully pays by the beginning of the season. And obviously, you'll get one last final reminder at that point, and then we'll have to start removing people. So, but payments are still coming in. which is good, and mainly via PayPal. So much so that they've restricted my account, which is wonderful. But yeah, no, it's all good.
I've paid.
Pete's paid. I haven't paid, but it's always a weird one whether I pay. But yes, I have to pay at some point, which is very exciting, and I will. I'll make sure I pay by tomorrow. But yeah, so if you haven't paid yet, please pay. Moving on. What's the next thing to discuss? Recruitment. Recruitment has been, well, it's been good. We've changed it this year. In previous years, we've done agents, but this year we decided to flip it up a bit and make it a bit different and just sort of open it up to the WhatsApp group primarily and just say, you can invite who you want and we'll give some prizes out for the people who invite the most. And at the moment, there's a bloke who isn't in the WhatsApp group who's at the top of that, which is interesting. But he just started inviting people and he's done very well. He's invited like 7 or 8 people and got them in. So that's all good. But yeah, everyone on the leaderboard who we put up on the group yesterday, yeah, thank you for inviting people in. That's how we keep growing every season. Otherwise, we'd be dwindling every season. We've never got less players than the previous season. I believe that is the case. Peter, you're looking at me quizzically. That is true.
No, we've never. We've always risen in numbers, and certainly because of the increase in price, we'll definitely, we'll massively be increasing the prize fund this season, which will be a wonderful, wonderful thing. Just means more prizes, more prize money allocated to the top 10, maybe more.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, the manager of the month is now going to be £50 a month, which is £50 is something you can go and buy something with, isn't it? Yeah, it's something you can go and have a meal out on, or buy yourself a bit of clothing or whatever, just treat yourself. I think it's a good price. Whereas 20 quid is like, what you get in this world nowadays?
Two visits to KFC for a couple.
If you're really feeling frivolous, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Nice if you like a greasy bucket.
Or
sorry, that's one for the KFC fans. Right, okay. What else? Tomorrow night, Pete. What are you doing tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, I'm going to be in Waterloo, watching the inaugural match of the season. With yourself, Damien O'Neill.
Yeah.
And many others who will be enjoying Liverpool's first match against Norwich.
Yes. Yeah, that's going to be good. And do you know anything about this pub, Pete?
No.
Do you know it's a next level pub?
No, I don't know what that means.
No, neither do I. But that's what they write on their website. And it also says pub revolutionized. And I think what you can do there, this sounds quite cool. You can you have a table and you can order from an iPad on the table, and you also have taps on your table, and you can pour your own drinks. Yeah,
I mean, they do have orders to the table in Wetherspoons, so I'm not,
No, that's I know, but you're in a nicer environment than Wetherspoons.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And we've got football on. You don't have the football on at Wetherspoons, do you?
Absolutely not. And for me, anything that takes it to the next level, I'm all over.
And that's what they say they are doing. So I thought that's why I thought Damo actually thought it'd be the perfect pub for you. You love next level shit.
I'm surprised they didn't send me a personal invite.
We did.
No, I mean
the pub. Oh yeah, well, yes, well maybe there's a reason for that. Who knows? Okay, so we're doing that tomorrow. So if you are in London or the surrounding areas, basically anywhere that's you can get to Waterloo, which is pretty much everywhere in the country, isn't it? Well, below Birmingham.
Depending on your perspective, yeah.
Well, you could get there and get back, reasonably. So basically, if you're within an hour or two of London, come and see us in Waterloo tomorrow. That's the general gist of it.
I mean, ultimately, it's a worldwide location, so get a plane if necessary.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, lastminute.com, I believe, is a good website for last minute flights and such. Right, okay. So there was one other thing I wanted to announce, but Pete, I hadn't actually discussed it with you. So I'm going
Sure.
to just say it. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think you're going to disagree with it. I think you're going to like it. You look really worried.
No, not really.
I'm actually announcing a new trophy, and it is a trophy for the highest finishing junior FFUKer.
And so what's junior? Under 6?
I think under 16 is probably fairest. What do you think?
Say that again, sorry.
I think under 16 is probably fairest, don't you think? I was going to say under 18, but I think once you're over 16, you know as much about football as we do.
I like it.
So under 16. So Pete, you've acquired the trophy, which is a beast. I understand.
I have a trophy.
Perfect, and we will get that obviously engraved up. And so we obviously know a few youngsters. I know. So there's Tom and Matthew Page Chatton, Theo Allen, and Danny Fielden. They're four that I know. Oh, and Owen Ewan. How do you pronounce it? EOIN. Owen. I wish I hadn't asked. Owen Reynolds. He's also someone's son, so I believe he's under 16 as well. So they're the sort of inaugural. But basically, if anyone else has got a son or daughter, obviously, any junior player in the league who's under 16, let us know their details, and they will be eligible to win the trophy. And we will even fill it with Haribo, because apparently that's what you do for children. I don't know. Anyway, so that's the plan for that. I know. So that's the announcement.
That's
Peter,
heavy, man.
are you okay with that? Are you okay with that? I wish I'd had time to run it by you and let you know. Well, I was going to say it, but
I mean, you did sort of ask me about the trophy, so it's not like
I did. So yes, I wanted to sort of soften you up before.
Oh yeah. No, I think it's an immense idea, and we should reward our young kids.
Absolutely, because the chances of them winning the big prizes are lessened, because they probably don't get the opportunity to watch as much football as we do. Maybe they do, because they're children.
And because they've got the influence of their dads.
Well, and this is it. So maybe that's holding them back in certain cases.
Yeah.
Obviously, we wouldn't say any names there at all. Not at all. So yeah, this is this is our video. How's this? It's going well, Pete, isn't it?
Yeah, I like the ghost bit at the start.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
But basically, everyone's probably sitting around really waiting for. Oh, we've got some comments. Can I put a comment? Hold on. Here we go. Jay Walker's commented. This is very exciting. And then he's also commented straight away afterwards. I didn't mean that to sound sarcastic.
Oh, it's like we're on question time.
Oh, it is absolutely, but it's live, Pete. No. Oh, is that live as well?
Question time, yeah.
Well, yeah, but if you believe in the conspiracies, it's probably all pre-rehearsed. Your face. Anyway, that's a great comment, Jake Walker. Thank you very much for that. Anyone else who's watching, keep the comments coming. Any questions? We will answer questions. We're going to be on air for sort of another 20 minutes or so. So, keep them coming. What would you say, Pete, how would you encourage the viewers to
ask us a question?
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
I'll answer any question non-work related.
Non-work related?
Yes.
I'll answer any question non-work related. So
only because I get asked a lot of questions all the time, and it's always about work.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, mostly at work.
Yes. Okay. So that's the announcement. Junior trophy. Friday night football we've done. Questions. Whether we haven't got any questions yet. So, we've got another comment. It's Jake again. Watching from a balcony in Albania. Good old Jake.
That's amazing.
So what's hello in Albanian, Pete?
I don't know. Interestingly, though, I do work with an Albanian lady.
Excellent. So she would know.
Adriana.
I could invite her into the call now. That's the sort of level of software we've got here.
I mean, I need to I mean, we were talking about next level stuff. That's where I need to be, really, is getting Adriana to participate in internet calls with me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, obviously, the reason everyone's tuning in, all 7 viewers, are probably probably to see our teams.
Near to death.
Sorry?
Near to death, maybe.
No. Oh God, we've gone down to 5 now. I just said that.
Who's logged out? Who that would log in?
Who logs out? Who logs out doing this?
Out.
Or maybe something else happens. Oh my God, Jake's just told us. Hello in Albanian is that?
Oh mate, hold on. Pershendech.
Yeah.
If
There you
Jake,
go. This is brilliant, Jake. We could do a whole show just on this, Pete. Just
I'm
on.
just gonna make a note of that because I'm going to say that to Adriana. I reckon I'm well in there anyway. So
Absolutely. Well, you
next
are now.
level. Yeah. Thanks, Jake.
I love that. Love that. I
Right.
bet FPL is probably quite big in Albania as well.
I'm not sure.
Well, no, neither am I. It was just an icebreaker, Pete, to the next section.
Okay, go for it.
Well, I don't know if there's any reason why we shouldn't just go straight into the teams.
Oh, okay.
Well, unless you want to have, have you got any questions?
I don't know if I've got any questions as such. I think you've done a sterling job in your work in setting up the league this season. Thank you for everyone, that's contributed to a excellent build-up and lots of participation in the FFUK League. I think it's going to be a great season. I'm really excited. There's some good battles within the Premier League and loads of signings over the last 24 hours. It's a bit bonkers, really. We haven't really seen anything.
Yeah, I haven't really caught up. Well, were there that many? There was a lot of talk, but I've almost sort of zoned out in the last couple of days because I'm not going to pick any players that signed today.
Sure.
So you kind of,
I mean,
it's almost fancy irrelevant at the moment. I mean, obviously there is implications down the line.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Even something like Lukaku moving or Danny Drinkwater to Burnley is, it's big news.
Well, I'm not. I think probably one's bigger than the other, but yes, Drinkwater. I'm not sure. He's a fancy relevant player, is he? I suppose he was. No, he wasn't. He was the most.
I'm only joking.
Okay. Yeah, no. We've got back up to 7 viewers, Pete. We've clawed them back.
You're probably trying or something.
Absolutely. I'm just going to get rid of that because I don't think we need it. Oh no. There we go. Okay. So, well, yeah. If there's no questions, we just have to get into the teams. I don't know how long this is going to take.
1 second.
You got to go. Well, this doesn't happen on GMTV, does it? Or that one with he's back.
Go.
Here we go. We've got a question from the crowd.
Oh, brilliant! What is it?
Let's do this, Pete. We will take questions whenever they come in if they're any good. This is a good one. Can you see it? It's Mosey Keane. So pardon the spelling. That's probably Albanian interference. Moise Keane, is he a starter? I think he is, isn't he, Pete?
I don't know. It depends on his pre-season and his integration into training.
I see. Do you mean starter to the season, or starter in the team every week?
Of course, he's definitely a starter.
Yeah, I think once he's up to speed, he's 100% in. Tim put on the group today that he didn't think he'd start game week 1, and I trust Tim with everything. Everton. Nothing else. I don't trust him with anything else. When it comes to Everton, he's pretty reliable. Stu's quite reliable as well, although he flies off the hand sometimes. But that's fine. I don't know if he's watching. Anyway, that's Moise Keane. Jake Walker's another comment in from Jake. It can't be that bad if you're putting a comment on a YouTube video.
Have you got any Everton players in your team, Chris?
Have I?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Ooh, interesting.
So yes, some great comments. I love the comments thing. I could bore everyone with this for ages, but we won't. It's very, very good though. Because maybe someone else could put a comment that isn't Jake Walker from Albania. Anyway.
All right.
So
what's the crack? What do you want to do? Do you want to?
Well, people, we put it on for 20 minutes, Pete. You want to do yours first, or should I do mine first?
Should we flip?
Yeah, let's flip.
All right, hold on.
As in, if you get it right, you do it first, yeah?
Heads or tails?
As in, if you get it right, you do it first, or you choose?
Yeah, you choose.
So if you win, you choose. Okay, right. I'll have heads, please. Bob. Is it? You got to show it to me.
Oh, well, I can't now. Put it back there. No, go. Do you want me to go first? I'll go first if you want.
Well, no, it's fine. I'll go first if what you've won. Okay. Right, we're going to try something with the technology here, people. If you've if you're sitting comfortably, we're going to try this. Boom.
Wow.
And this is my team at the moment. All right, a couple of caveats here. I have changed it today because that's what you do every bloody day, isn't it? But I am relatively happy with this, apart from two positions. And I might change. Let's start in goal.
I tell you what.
Small. Yeah. Go on.
Chris,
you start. Go on, mate.
I can't see this like that well, so let me get my paper. Actually, I might get a pen.
People at home are watching on their 55-inch screens at home.
Mate, they can see.
The people who've arranged the parties, like viewing parties.
Yeah. It's like Eurovision.
Well, one day it will be. This is one day it will be. Okay.
Right, so what I want is for you to go through your team, player by player.
Okay. Let's start at the back, shall we? With the goalkeeper.
I think that's logical.
I've gone big at the back. I've gone Edison. I've just gone Edison because I want a City defender. And let's be honest, there is question marks over all of them apart from Laporte. And he's 6.5. So Edison is 6. He's in. And I will explain why Edison is in a bit later when I get to the midfield. So in the defence, do you want to go to defence next?
I think that's logical, yes.
Well, in the defence, I'm going to start from the right and work right to left here for obvious reasons. I've got Robbo, and I've got VVD. I've got both of them in. Liverpool's opening fixtures are juicy. Those two are nailed on to start. They're bloody expensive, but I'm hoping there's some points in there. There might even be a goal or an assist for Van Dijk. And obviously with Robbo, you get the chance of attacking points as well. So those two are pretty much they've been like, I've wanted to get them in. I want to at least have one of them in. And then I was just like, Liverpool have got the best opening fixtures. I'm thinking they're going to start strong. So yeah, those two are in. Next to them, it gets a little bit icy. And these two I have played around with today, and there are alternatives to these two. But in the light of the David Luiz news, Chelsea have two centre-backs who are probably going to be, to start game week 1, they're going to be 5.0 each. That's pretty much unheard of, I guess, certainly in the last few years. So I've gone for Zuma. He got 2 goals and 2 assists last season.
Wow.
No, for a centre-back, that's okay.
Yeah,
that's not bad. What did Laporte get? Probably not much different. Maybe a couple more goals. So he's in. And next to him, I have Socrates, which is obviously a slightly out there pick. He's 5.0. He's apparently going to start in defence, and he's the most likely to start. Wow. Obviously, now David Luiz is coming in. It should be Socrates and him. I'm reliably informed by an Arsenal fan. And again, 5.0, Arsenal have got 2 good fixtures at the beginning of the season. I also think they've done quite well in the transfer market, as I mentioned with David Luiz, and also Pepe as well, good player. And also Ceballos looks like a good player as well. So they might actually start quite well, possibly. And they've got 2 good fixtures. So I'm thinking maybe Arsenal even get a clean sheet. I know it's unheard of, but I know it's ridiculous. And to be honest, I've had loads of other players there, and I've thought about Zinchenko there and loads of others. But going the 5-5 as opposed to 5-5 and 4-5, I quite like that at the moment. But I have to put a caveat that I'm saying this is my final team. That of course it could change. I'm hoping it doesn't.
Why?
What?
I mean, you're not
And we're
allowed.
not allowed to change. Not allowed to change
No,
after this.
not.
Oh God. Okay. All right. Well, let's hope I don't have too much time to think about it. I think one of the problems, Pete, is I've had a team and I've sort of changed it, and then actually I've had the same essence of a team the whole way through, but I've just changed it around depending on two players, and those two players are Sterling and Bernardo Silva. If I have the Sterling team, I don't have Edison in goal. I have really cheap defenders, not from Arsenal and Chelsea. I can't have Van Dijk and Robbo. I have to pick one of them. So there are loads of limitations, and I'm hoping that because obviously I'm going on to the midfield now. I've picked Bernardo. I'm hoping the reason I can get away with that is because it's allowed me to have real strength. So I've got Sigurdsson, I've got Fraser, and I've got Salah in midfield. I think that's a pretty banging midfield. I think that's what the kids say. I've gone for that.
They say
what did this is as a sick midfield, bruv. So I've gone for that at the moment. I like that midfield. I had Lucas Moura in there instead of Fraser, but I like Fraser for the first two fixtures again. The other thing I'm also thinking is people have been saying about wildcarding after two fixtures. I don't necessarily disagree. Like I actually quite like that idea because Man United, Chelsea, fixtures swing, Leicester's fixtures swing, West Ham's fixtures swing, loads of teams' fixtures swing. So after 2 weeks, and Bournemouth have got an amazing opening two fixtures, probably the best of any team. So hence the Fraser pick. And obviously Salah's a must. Siggy's on pens. Bernardo's, I'm going to stick with him, I think. And up top, I've got Aubameyang and King. It was Kane and King. But I think, again, if I'm going for the first two fixtures only, Aubameyang has got two better fixtures. He's also, with Lacazette out, he has to play through the middle. If Lacazette is out, if he isn't out, then he still gets so many big chances. Aubameyang gets more than any other player. So I'm just going on that, really, that he can have a bit of a big season. That's my team. Oh, I'm on the bench. Do you want the bench?
Yeah, what have you got on the bench?
The bench is obviously I can sense you're writing notes there, writing comments about my
I'm writing the name down.
Okay, fine. So in goal, I've just gone for a 4.0 because Edison's going to play every week. McGovern is the lowest owned 4.0 that is actually at his club. So I've gone for him.
Do you not think there's any risk that Bravo starts game week 1?
No, last season he did exactly the same, Pep, and he played Bravo in all the preseason games and even the Charity Shield. And then on the first game of the season, Edison started. So I assume it'll be the same again. I mean, of course,
quite funny.
It would be hilarious, Pete. It'd be hilarious.
Okay, go on. Who else have you got? Rico?
I've got Rico in there as my third Bournemouth player because obviously they have amazing fixtures. If he has to come in, he's an attacking fullback. He's not nailed on to start.
Wait.
Sorry?
Not even vaguely.
Well, that's a bit harsh. He's not. He could start. There is a chance he starts.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. And Donker is obviously everyone's favourite 4.5 mid at the moment. I think, well, from all the teams I've seen, he's in most of them as a 4.5 mid placeholder. So he'll do. And then Greenwood up front because he's the cheapest option. There was a lot of talk, Pete. I haven't seen your team, so I don't know what your team is. But there was a lot of talk about people going 5 at the back, and because of the defensive players providing so much value. But I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I had a look at a couple of teams, couldn't do it. The only team I've liked I've done like that. The only team I like that I've done like that was I did one with Wilson and King up front, and Salah, Sterling, and Siggy in midfield, and then the big 5 at the back. And I did like that.
I think the big 5 at the back is completely unnecessary, and
not unnecessary. I just think it's like just trying to believe too much in something that's happen once, like.
There's every risk there's very few clean sheets at the start of the season, and if there's no attacking returns, then suddenly you're getting 1 and 2 points all over the place.
Exactly, for like 60 players, yeah.
And you do have to wild card if that goes wrong.
Yeah, absolutely, exactly. Right. Well, yeah. So go for it. Right, slate my team.
I'm not sure I'm going to slate your team. I mean, obviously you're taking big risks with Zuma and Socrates. I don't see clean sheets coming there. I've had Edison in for a long time in my team, and decided against it for whatever reason. Money, that slight risk of him not playing the first game week. Silva, Fraser, Salah, I approve of all.
Yeah.
And I think you've got an interesting angle with Oba as well. I think that's definitely a good pick, who I'd love to have in my team. It's all about balance, really, isn't it? Because you just can't get them all in. And so you'll see when we get to my team that I've really, really stretched the funds in mine rather than trying to squeeze in all the big hitters.
So have you got like a full pot? Well, we'll see when you get to it, won't we?
Siggy, I've got question marks over. Everton's pre-season form has been poor, and they've let me down at the start of the season previously. They may, they've got great fixtures. They may kick off and be great, but they've had a lot of 0-0s in their pre-season. No goals coming. I'm not sure that anyone's going to walk in and solve that. And they have seriously underperformed for me before, and I think they did maybe even last season. So,
they had a really rough start last season. If you remember, they had like 5 of the top 6 teams in the first 6 weeks or something like that.
I think it might have been even longer.
No, absolutely it did, and that was the problem. But this season they've got quite a generous start. They've got not the best opening 2 weeks, but the sort of first 6 weeks they have got a nice start.
Yeah, and I'm fully in support of Sam Everton.
Yeah, I mean the only reason I've stuck with Siggy the whole time is if it's a tricky one. I went down the route at the beginning of penalty takers, and then obviously there were these articles about VAR not increasing penalty takers, incidents, number of penalties awarded, and all I wanted to ask, like all these articles said the same thing, and it's like fair enough, that's the stats, I get that, but what I want to know is, are there more penalties on the first day of the season? Because let's be honest, if you get a good start, you can worry about everything else afterwards. And no one's been able to answer that. And I believe, and I've got no stats to prove this up, but I believe that there'll be more penalties this week, game week 1, than there were last season on game week 1. And I'm hoping than there ever have been before. And at the beginning, I was like, I want Kane, I want King, I want Siggy, I want Salah, I want 6 or 7 penalty takers. I want Millie in there and everything. And I've moved away from it slightly, but I've kept the essence of these penalty takers, because let's be fair, if there's going to be a load of penalties, I want, if I've got 5 penalty takers, I've got a chance of getting maybe 2 penalties, which that's worth doing. That's worth doing.
The nature of the beast is that referees are going to go mad for it straight away, and it will be an imperfect system.
Exactly, and there'll be confusion. There'll be extra sort of scrutiny on it because it's the first week.
But I mean, Crystal Palace had a lot of penalties last season, which I think theirs will go down. But I think there's a possibility that some of the teams at the lower end of the table will get more in on the big stage. So, for example, no one would ever give a penalty at Old Trafford, and I think that could change. And so you're going to get Watford getting a penalty, which they wouldn't have got before. I think overall it probably will balance out, and it's a bit difficult to predict.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree.
The other thing I thought, of course, is that it does increase the possibilities of pen saves, which would be amazing if some of our keepers got lucky.
Yeah.
Hence, keeper choice.
You've gone for Sheffield United keeper or something, have you? Or...
I've gone. Well, are you ready?
Oh, yeah. If we finished on my team, yeah, let's go for it. Yeah.
Okay, so let me.
Well, yeah, you're going to do the share thing, and then once it comes up on my thing, Pete, I can put it up on the screen for everyone.
Okay, right, here you go.
Okay, so we can see that now on the screen. People can zoom in. I can see Salah in there in the middle. I can also see De Bruyne and Bernardo. Interesting. You haven't gone for Sterling. I was sure you were going to go for Sterling. And you haven't gone for a biggie up. Oh, you have. You've got Vardy up front. Okay. All right. Talk me through it, Pete. Talk me through it from the back to the front.
Okay, so on that basis, so with a run of decent fixtures that I want to try and cover, and a lack of goal scoring, as well as some decent returns from clean sheets in pre-season. Pickford was one of the highest penalty savers last season.
Okay.
I'm going to punt on an Everton player, then he's the one to go for. Players that have been
How much is he? Sorry, how much is he?
I think it's quite expensive. I think it's 5.5. And that's
Wow,
not
okay.
the permanent thing. I think on wildcard, I'll move to someone like Pope. But Burnley have got a couple of tough fixtures at the start, and it's like I want someone that offers something. So the players that have been in since pretty much day one.
Oh, we've got a comment. We've got a comment. Sorry. No, we'll do that afterwards. Carry on.
Are VVD, Robertson.
What? These are the players we've got in common, is it?
These are the players that have been in since day one.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
VVD, Robertson. I sacked off TAA very early on because of Gomez coming back to fitness and the the $500,000 less for VVD. I reckon it's worth a punt that he'll get clean sheets and an attacking return. Robertson, essential as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Fraser and Wilson have been mainstays throughout the whole thing. They gel so well.
Hold on, have you discussed your other defender?
I'm jumping about my team, yeah.
Oh, fine. Okay, sorry. That's all right.
I'm not taking the linear approach because,
Fine. I'm freestyling.
well, however, talking about my team as a well-moulded bowl, I've completely changed the rest of the team since Sunday.
Right.
And that's mainly due to a few skews in pre-season, but also whether or not to include Salah. I did have Kane and Sterling up until maybe yesterday.
What, as in with the three sitting midfielders?
No, I didn't have. I had. Who did I have? So I had Sterling and I think Tielemans.
Okay.
I also had Firmino.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's not talk about what you had. It's more important what you've got now. If this is you're not changing this. You know, you said you're not going to change it, whatever happens.
So I've got Pickford in the nets.
Yeah.
Van Dijk and Robertson should be reliable choices.
Can't complain. Yeah.
I've always since learning the fixtures, wanted a Watford player in there. Now Pico's played in pre-season. Watford have not given me anything really that positive to go on, but the fixtures are so good, and I prefer to spend 4.5 than 5.5 for a 1 or 2 point. Anyway, it's
no, absolutely. No, I get that. To be honest, I had Kiko in my team until about 4 o'clock today. So
I did have Lundstrom in the starting lineup.
You can't do that. You can't do that, Pete. You've told me for years you can't do that.
It would have worked last season with AWB, but
he was a freak. He was a freak. We've only ever seen that once, and that was him.
Obviously, Fraser, Wilson, no questions. Salah, I think, is going to, from the looks of it, is going to get massive captaincy this weekend. So it's just a no-brainer. I'd love for Kane to start in my team, be captain, and get a hat trick. But there's I'm not sure if there's any truth to the Eriksen rumours, but I think there might be some unsettlement in their squad. I don't want to rely on Kane getting a hat trick in week 1 and then going away to City in week 2. So it's Salah all the way, captain both the first weeks, job done.
Yeah.
To raise a bit of funds, and because I'm not going to be captaining Sterling for the first 2 weeks, De Bruyne in, and with some bending of funds, I've always wanted a Leicester player in. Vardy's on penalties. He may or may not score. I found him beyond the first season. I put him in when Liverpool, when Leicester won the Premier League. He's proved very inconsistent in my teams, but he's as much worth a punt as Tielemans, Perez, or Maddison, as far as I'm concerned, and he has that benefit of penalties. Bilver, completely reliable, and aside from Kiko, the big punt is Robinson from Sheffield United, who's been playing up front.
Yeah.
5.5 million, gets goals, no Premier League experience, so could go either way. But a 5.5 million, I've got no expectation, really. I'd love it if he did well. And it gives me the option to jump on to anyone. I mean, I've no confidence in Chelsea's backline at the moment. So Vardy playing Wolves, who've played tonight, I'm completely happy with. And second match against Chelsea, they haven't looked solid at the back throughout pre-season, and if there has been any inkling of solidity, it's been when Luiz has been playing. So I'm quite happy to put a Leicester player in against my own team.
Oh, that's sad. But yes, it's sort of inevitable.
I'd love to have a Chelsea player in there, but it's too early doors, and I don't want any of the defence. I hope Barkley and Mason Mount do well. In some ways, I hope that Pedro drops his place, loses his place, and something else happens. But they obviously need a bit more time to gel within the team and to develop before that happens. I hope Tammy pushes on as well, but there's no way game week 1 in FPL on the bank on any of those Chelsea getting returns. If it was anyone, it would be Barkley. But
yeah, he's tempting
for 6 mil. And if I had 6 mil instead of 5.5, I might be tempted. But yeah, I feel a bit more comfortable having a reasonably solid defender playing at home to Brighton, and with about 4 good fixtures and a possibility of attacking returns and a punt in midfield on Robinson, who may get lucky. I think the match against Bournemouth will be open. Certainly, Bournemouth are completely unreliable for clean sheets as far as I'm concerned. They get them, not when you would expect. So I don't expect that to change. So yeah, hopefully there'll be goals. Usually there are goals in all the early matches in the season. It takes a while for regular clean sheets to develop, except for your Liverpools and your Man Cities. But I'm not convinced Man City are going to get clean sheets in the first couple of matches either. So that's why I veered away from City defence for now.
No, I like it. I mean, I love the double up of KDB and Bernardo. I think
it feels good.
It does. It looks good as well. And you've got KDB there. You've got Vardy. You've got the 2 Bournemouth chaps. You've got. There should be some points there. Yeah, obviously your punt is the Sheffield United guy. And there is a slight risk in Firmino, I guess. With that he might not play or he might come off early or something. But
yeah.
But he's pretty Is it Janmat who can replace him?
Yeah,
And
Matt's
the
had
problem,
hardly any minutes in pre-season.
okay.
He's pretty solid, although they've only played about 5 games, Watford.
Well, it's enough, isn't it? It's enough. Right, what about your bench quickly? I can see that you've got Lundstrom on there. You talked about him. We've discussed him quite a lot in the group as well.
We're stuck in Stecklenburg because I think Button, the Brighton second keeper, is highly liable to lose value quickly. Lundstrom, I think, will probably play, but I just don't know if he's going to get any points, so I didn't want to punt on him, but he's on my bench. Hanley, as far as I know, and only from looking at pre-season, is nailed on. He's captain. And so because of the rest of my setup, I had to use a 4.5 attacker, which isn't the way I usually play because you're sort of reliant on your other 2 subs. But yeah, so I've stuck in Nketiah. There's no, I don't want
He's gone on loan. He's gone on loan today.
Oh, perfect. A few weeks ago, I thought Greenwood was going to get some game time, but now I'm not so sure. I'm not sure when it will be.
Well, I think he will get game time, but he's not going to start games, is he? And certainly not the big most games anyway. So he's just he is, and you're right because he's the most owned. The chances are he might come down in value. But then again, if you're going to stick with playing more defenders, you have to take out a midfielder or an attacker. And it's a 4.5 either way, isn't it? So you've got to choose one. Basically, what we're both saying is, I don't care about my third defensive spot at all. You can basically, you're willing to have a player that's on loan somewhere else as your third spot, and that tells you everything. Your other 2 players have got to maybe come in emergencies, but not necessarily.
I prefer to have a 4.5 mid and 2 solid 4.0 defs on the bench, but my current setup doesn't allow for that. No. So, and I think there's more value in. I can't find it. Well, yeah, I've toyed around with 6 million.
Yeah.
Etc.
No, but it has changed. It certainly has changed this season. People may be a little bit more chatting about defenders and stuff.
I think they've put the value. They've definitely put the values of defenders up as well. So,
yeah, but that's because defenders last season were scoring over 200 points. We haven't seen that before.
But only a few. So,
and they're the ones we both got.
There could be a reversal to that as well. So,
anyway,
yeah,
that I think we have. I'm just looking at the timer, and it's 47 minutes in. I mean, I don't know. I think probably we should start wrapping it up now. Do you think, Pete, or do you want?
I mean, yeah, I could talk forever about my team, obviously, but I'm not sure anyone would want.
But we're losing viewers as we speak. Now you say that, so
it starts tomorrow, so rock and roll, basically. Unless something happens in the presses, I can't see changing.
No, I mean, I'm happy. I mean, as I say, I might change around Zuma and Socrates in mine.
I mean, you're dodgy, so I could quite understand that.
Yeah. Anyway, well, I think this. Obviously, for those that don't know, we tested out some new software this evening, and hopefully it's worked quite well. I'm quite pleased with it, Pete.
One thing that I have said over the last week to a couple of people is that you sort of can't seem to structure a team without having a punt or 2 in there. That's
the fun. So, that's the fun.
Absolutely, it's the start of the season.
It's all about having a punt.
Yeah, too right. So,
and on that note, I think we should probably call it to a day. But before we go, thank you, Pete, for joining me tonight and doing this. And thank you to everyone for viewing. And thank you to everyone in the league, all 250 plus of you. And let's get some more in for the deadline. And if you haven't paid yet, pay your FFUKing entry fee. That is all. Peter, any final words?
Yeah, good luck, everyone. Hope you have a fantastic season. It's going to be a buzzer.
Peace and love, everyone.
Bye.